What if I told you that the foundations of modern space exploration were built by a rocket scientist who spent his weekends trying to summon goddesses in the desert with the future founder of Scientology? Picture this. It's 1946, and in the vast emptiness of the Mojave Desert, two of the most influential figures of the 20th century are conducting what might be the most consequential magical ritual in modern history. One is Jack Parsons, a brilliant rocket scientist whose work at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory would eventually put humans on the moon. The other is L. Ron Hubbard, a science fiction writer who would later create one of the world's most controversial religions. Together, they're performing something called the Babalon Working. This wasn't some casual weekend hobby. This was a series of intense magical rituals inspired by Aleister Crowley's Thelemic philosophy, specifically designed to manifest an incarnation of Babalon, a goddess representing the liberated feminine divine in Crowley's occult system. Think about the cosmic irony here. By day, Parsons was pioneering the rocket technology that would define the space age, calculating trajectories and fuel mixtures with mathematical precision. By night, he was deep in the desert, performing ancient rituals to tear holes in reality itself. The Mojave Desert wasn't chosen randomly. Its vast isolation provided the perfect ritual space, far from prying eyes and mundane distractions. But here's where it gets even stranger. Parsons' rocket testing work also took place in the Mojave. The same desolate landscape that witnessed his scientific breakthroughs also hosted his attempts to rewrite the spiritual laws of the universe. Some researchers believe they conducted rituals near Little Petroglyph Canyon, a site already sacred to indigenous peoples for thousands of years. Imagine ancient rock art bearing witness to space-age sorcery. The petroglyphs themselves seem to pulse with otherworldly energy during their nocturnal ceremonies, as if the ancient symbols were responding to the modern magic being performed beneath them. As a high-ranking member of Crowley's Ordo Templi Orientis, Parsons wasn't just playing with parlor tricks. He genuinely believed these rituals could manifest a divine feminine entity that would herald a new spiritual age for humanity. Crowley himself had designated Parsons as his magical heir in America, calling him his most valued student. This wasn't amateur hour. This was high-level ceremonial magic being performed by one of the world's leading occultists. The rituals themselves were elaborate affairs involving ceremonial robes, sacred geometry drawn in the desert sand, and incantations that echoed across the moonlit wasteland. Witnesses reported strange lights appearing in the sky during these ceremonies, unexplained electromagnetic disturbances, and an overwhelming sense of presence that made the desert air itself feel alive with intelligence. The results? Well, that depends on who you ask. Parsons claimed success, believing he'd opened a portal for Babalon's manifestation. Skeptics point out that Hubbard disappeared shortly after with Parsons' girlfriend and most of his money. But here's the truly unsettling part. Whether or not they summoned any goddesses, these desert rituals connected two men who would fundamentally reshape human civilization. Parsons' rockets would carry us to the stars, while Hubbard's Scientology would influence millions of minds. Some say the Babalon Working failed. Others whisper that it succeeded beyond anyone's wildest imagination, unleashing forces that are still reshaping our world today. The next time you see a rocket launch, remember, it might never have happened without a rocket scientist who believed magic was just another form of applied science. Beyond the rabbit hole, where the space program began with sorcery,